This is episode number 8. I'm John Lamberton. Today we're going to be discussing polyrhythms yet again. Last time we talked about composite rhythms and doing what I call a meshuggah-ism to make it a little bit easier to parse what's going on rhythmically in any sort of superimposition of rhythms. And so we're going to be doing another approach, and that is to use tuplets, or in this case even triplets, to be able to more simply express a polyrhythm in a way that's going to be relatively easy to read. So let's get started. Here we have a bar of 7/4 to be specific. And so we have, 7 nicely spaced tones here that are all even. They're all quarter notes, but I want to talk about a 3 against 7 polyrhythm, because basically anything that is a 3 against something or other polyrhythm, we can express in triplets fairly easily. So what we're going to say is, we want essentially this, but we want it to be a little bit more clear than this. This is a really difficult rhythm to parse, and people are going to end up trying to get the rhythm accurately by just sort of hoping that it is 3 evenly spaced notes in the space of 7, which that's a bad way to approach it. Like maybe you're excellent at that, but I don't believe you. So you can't really just hope for the best in saying, I'm going to fit 3 into these 7. What we want is something that's a little bit more clear, that expresses a grid. This doesn't really give any sense of a grid. So here we have 7/4 yet again, and each of those 7 beats I'm going to divide into 3, because if we have 3 against 7 or 7 against 3, either way it's going to be 21 units for the full cycle. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Yeah, we got 21 notes. So the thing is, this still only shows us the 7 groups of 3, and we want to figure out how to get the 3 groups of 7. So what we could do is just accent these notes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, dun, dun, da, do, 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 and then it repeats. So this essentially allows you to treat this like a swing rhythm. So you could say da, do, da, do, da, do, da. Like da da do da do do da do do da da do da do do da do do. So it's really easy to communicate it that way. And you could make it a little bit clearer still by making these rests. And of course, this whole set of triplet rests, this one and these two, could all just be quarter note rests, but that doesn't relay the grid test as nicely. So again, it's 1 rest, 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 1 or 1 rest, 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 1, 2. It's hard to say rest in the correct place, when reading this, but it's easy enough to read the rhythm. So here's the original 7, and then we have the 3 underneath it. So you can very easily express the 7 as just 7 quarter notes. We don't have to show that they're triplets, because that's on the bottom. But now that's a pretty easy way to do it. It's just 1, 2, do da do 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 dun dun do ba do boo. Right, here's the same thing, but a little bit more legato and sustained. So da da da, easy enough. And I mean, this is it's not an easy rhythm to do 21 where it's 3 against 7, but triplets are easy enough for us, and 7/4 is easy enough for us, so we can sort of get it that way. Alternatively, you could think of this as basically 3 bars of 7 or 7 bars of 3, but I wanted to take this route with the tuplets and triplets and stuff. So here's another version. Last time we did 7 beats that were each divided into 3 to get 21 total units in the rhythm cycle or rhythmic cycle. And we'll just do the opposite and have 3 beats and then smash 7 notes into each of those, so septuplets, and then we'll group those into 3 the way that we grouped the triplets last time into 7s. So basically this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then repeats. But now we're going to take each of these 7 notes, and depending on which one we're on, we're going to group it into 3. So it would look something You could do it this way, but this is complicated. I wouldn't do it this way. Look something more like this. So we can see that it's 3 groups of 7 on the top, and then on the bottom, it's still 3 groups of 7, but you can also see that we broke those into 7 groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But the overall grid is the same, and the grid is extremely clear here. So we could also make these all rests. This is probably the best way to show what's going on. It's the exact same rhythm as before, but with a different pulse. So instead of 1, 2, 3, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, instead of that triplety feel, we know the underlying pulses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so then we group those into 3. So and here's an example where I'm sort of forgetting everything and just saying, like 1, 1. I'm saying this is just the cycle. This is the whole cycle. It doesn't matter how long it is. Smash 7 notes in here on the top and 3 notes here on the bottom. They should line up at the beginning and cycle back at the same time. And that is a very unclear way to do it, although it's maybe the most parsimonious in some ways. It's easy to see clearly what is happening structurally. We know what the intention is, but it doesn't give us a blueprint of how to get there. So this is the same pretty much as this type of thing, just the notes are sustained, but this gives us a clear idea of the grid. And this should be about as easy as this. This might be a little bit easier because not everybody has septuplets internalized as like a rhythmic subdivision already, but this is just a way that you can approach anything. So if you had 5 against 7, you could have a bar of 7, 4, and then do quintuplets, group those into 7 to get 5 groups of, or you know what I'm saying. So anyway, this is just another way to approach complex rhythms and notate them in a way that's going to be a little bit easier to sight read. So hopefully this helps. Thanks for watching. Bye.